Welcome back to Gardeners Cottage in Blakely. Mike's busy doing some jobs on the house, so I'm just going to make you a short video to show you what's happening this week. This week the Banks Lutae rose on the front of the cottage has come out into full flower and it's looking absolutely spectacular. It took my breath away when we drove up to the cottage. It's so beautiful. We planted this probably about 10 years ago after the cottage was renovated, after we'd seen one in a garden centre, and was simply mesmerised by the mass of yellow flowers on it. It's just incredible. It's definitely one worth growing if you've got the space for it. It is a big rose. This was planted as a small rose and it's now completely covered the front of the cottage. We have to give it quite a hard prune each year, but it does reward you with these enormous sprays of yellow flowers everywhere in May, and it's one of the earliest flowering roses. It's a rambler rose with quite a small flower but lots of them, and you only get one flush, but it is utterly spectacular, and it is one of my favourite roses at the cottage. Let's just see what else is happening. Underneath the Banks Lutae we've got a lot of anemones that have just self-seeded. So Lara's making a bit of noise because somebody next door. We've got all these lovely aqualegias here, and they just self-seed each year, and we just encourage that and let them come up each year. And mainly purples we seem to have along here. In fact, every single one is purple, which is unusual. Usually we get a bit of a mixture. We've also got purple honesty, and this blue forget-me-not-like plant that somebody, I think last week, told me is called Alkins, I can't remember. I think the name evades me already. What else is happening? We've got pots of tulips which are now gone over. They look a little droughted actually. We've had a lot of warm, dry, sunny weather, so I'm going to need to give them a good water and then probably need to plant them out. The bay trees are looking good. They're actually flowering at the front of the cottage. Looking a little nutrient depleted, so I probably need to give them a feed. What's happening over here? I'm absolutely loving these tiny little daffodils that I bought, tiny little narcissi. I bought them from the garden centre a couple of weeks ago, and they're really late flowering, so most of the daffodils have now finished, but this is just beautiful. There's a car on the drive. I think the car's going up. Over here we have this beautiful honeysuckle, which has now come into flower and is really, really fragrant. Sorry, man, I absolutely love this honeysuckle. It grows through the hedge and up into the crabapple tree, as you can see. And it's gone really high this year. And it has a lovely sort of gingery smell, which you particularly notice in the evenings for some reason. What else have we got flowering? Under here we've got another forget-me-not plant, which we bought from a garden centre, and is actually it does self-seed itself. So we've got some of these at home, and we've bought one of the self-seeded ones here. It's very pretty. It has this lovely variegated foliage, and then these absolutely beautiful forget-me-not-like flowers. I don't know the name of this, so if anyone knows the name, please pop it in the comments. I've also got this beautiful plant, which is a wildflower that grows really well in Norfolk, and very popular with the bees. Again, I'm not sure about the name of that one. We've got a nice patch of bluebells over here. They are looking quite droughty. We haven't had much rain in Norfolk in the last couple of months. I think it's only rained once, so I think I'm going to need to get the hose pipe out and water these because they're really struggling. I've also got something here that I don't recognise. I'm not sure what this is. I don't remember planting it. It appears to be a bulb with white flowers, but I've absolutely no idea where it's come from or what it is. As this is quite an old garden, I do get plants that just appear, and that's one of them. I have no idea what that is. I've got more aqualegia here. I'll just take you over here. Lara's having a good lie down in the sun. I've got some more aqualegia here. We tend to focus in this garden on things that are drought resistant and things that will self-seed. So we have Lots of these which are self-seeded around and come up every year, as well as the hollyhocks and the valerian. They're all very drought resistant. And we also have lots of climbing roses, which once they're established cope very well. Under here, the whole of this area has been taken over pretty much by this vinca, which is actually a very good weed suppressant. And the purple flowers are very pretty. But I probably do need to manage it, otherwise I'm going to lose my hollyhocks and my honesty, and my wildflowers, which are also very lovely. This is mainly wildflower area here, a slightly wild area. Our log store is in there, but it's a little bit lost at the moment. The cow parsley is coming out. Okay, I'm just going to take you around into the back garden. Let's see how the daisies are getting on. Apologies, I'm not able to pause this video, and my phone is not as good as Mike's. Mike can pause when he's making videos, so excuse my noisy footsteps on the gravel. So what's happening in the garden? Wow, there's lots going on, lots of new change since last week. Lots of things have come out. I love these. They've been here for years and they do really well. They love the sunny aspect. And these lovely little Californian orange poppies that come up every year. I'm surprised we haven't got more of those. A new addition a couple of years ago is this lovely Perennial Daisy, which does self-seed around the place. We bought it after a trip to a stately home that was open to the public, Summer Leighton Hall, and it was seeded everywhere in their sort of courtyard area, and it's very, very drought resistant. It's a lovely, lovely plant. Go around here, see what and the real showstopper this week is the beautiful Clematis montana alba, which is certainly really, really coming to flower this week. It's climbing right through the trees and on the wall. Our no mow May is going very well. We have lots of daisies. Only problem is that some of the grass is growing rather vigorously where the dogs have taken a wee. So we may end up having to mow this, but at the moment I think it looks okay. So I think we'll keep with the no mow May as long as we possibly can. Everything's very early this year because we've had such a mild winter and a very early spring in the UK. So things are much further on than they would normally be. But we haven't had much rain, which has meant that the grass is not growing that fast. And so we probably may get away with it, although it is only the beginning of May. Can you hear the birds? It's so lovely. The garden's full of small birds. The Solomon's seal's out properly now. And the blossom on the cherry tree is just coming to an end. This hedge is just full of little birds, you can probably hear. Oh, just one more thing to show you before we finish. Oh, I've got some butterflies in the garden as well. This has come out this week, this choicea. It has a limey yellowy green foliage, and then at this time of year it has the most spectacular show of white flowers. This is quite a mature shrub. It was in when we bought the house, which is now at least 15 years ago. If you have a look, it's really, really fragrant as well. Oh, it's beautiful. I think it's going to make me sneeze actually. There's a lot of pollen coming off it, but it is an incredible plant. Look, just pulling back from it, it's about, oh my goodness, it's about 15 feet wide by about 8 foot tall. It's absolutely a huge plant. It goes all around here as well. So it's definitely a showstopper this week. Anyway, I'm going to say bye for now because I've got lots of jobs to do in the garden. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please subscribe and comment if you have any questions or any names of the plants that I don't know. That would be really helpful. Bye for now.